Good morning, Fargo. Fargo City Commissioner Tony Gehrig here with your January 17th Fargo City Commission meeting update. This will be a short one. We have two items. I pulled one item off the consent agenda, which was the Roberts Street ramp, final guaranteed price, and then there was also a discussion revolving the legislative session. We'll start with the Roberts Street. That ramp, publicly funded. It was originally supposed to cost $11.5 or so million. It is now morphed to around $13 million. This was on consent, which was a little disappointing, but I pulled it off and I voted no. I was the only one to vote no. Basically, the way I see it is we have a project, we're almost done with it, and as that price tag goes up and up and up, we just say, you know what are you going to do? We got to spend the money. Well, this is an example to me, folks, that these projects usually cost more than expected. City Hall is another example of that. But City Hall is a role of government. These parking ramps are not a role of government. I made that argument. You can go back to the meetings where that was covered. But I personally don't believe that the City of Fargo should be funding private parking for businesses downtown. If downtown businesses believe that they need more parking, it is incumbent upon them to get more parking. Just like Walmart in South Fargo, just like Dwayne's Pizza, just like any other business in the City of Fargo, we don't pay for their parking except if you're downtown. And then these taxpayers are expected to foot millions and millions, even hundreds of millions of dollars in parking garages. This is the first step, folks. So if you're not paying attention, this will continue on and on. So I encourage you to speak up and speak out against additional parking ramps because the price tag goes up and there's very little oversight as far as I'm concerned as to how that goes. So it was a 4-1 vote. I voted no. Legislative update, we were informed by the mayor and Dave Pepcorn that they were going to go out to Bismarck and advocate against bills that would limit Renaissance Zone, TIFs, and pilots, basically economic incentives in the City of Fargo that I've spoken out against. It's 4-1 here, folks. Basically, for the most part, in general, 4 commissioners vote for these incentives, 1 votes against, that's myself. So I asked the Fargo City Commission to take an official stance, because if we're going to send a commissioner or 2 or whatever out to Bismarck to advocate, to lobby the legislature, they should have a full picture of what the discussion has been. I think we can all agree on that. Whether you agree or disagree with me on the facts or on the issue itself, we should have a discussion with both sides being represented, I would assume. So I asked Dave if we would, if when he goes and represents us, if he will say that he's in the majority, not representing the entire City Commission. He said, no, I will not do that. I will only represent the entire City Commission. I'm on the City Commission, and I don't agree. So there's going to be a draft here of how we interact with legislature, and in that I will demand that if another commissioner wants to represent other commissioners, that he must get in writing or at least some consent to do that. If it's not the full commission, then don't say you represent the whole commission. Say you represent the majority. If you're in the minority, say you represent the minority. And as I said in the next video, which you'll see here, I wrote a letter to the legislature. That's exactly what I said. I said, I'm speaking for myself. Here are my views as a Fargo City Commissioner on incentives, which is valid, which is necessary to get the whole picture. And you can see the arguments for or against that in the next video. But at that meeting, at this meeting, I did say that I will send a letter. I was not trying to hide it. By no means was I trying to hide it. I tried to make it public, in fact. It did go to legislature committees. From there, someone passed it out to the media, and that's fine. And then there was a debate going from there. So that's what happened. And if you want to learn more about it, watch the next video. But as far as that goes, that was the update for the January 17th meeting. If you have any questions, by all means, call me, email me. Please watch the videos, share this video, and please keep watching how Fargo City Commissioners are spending your tax dollars.